Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have another interesting topic to discuss. You must have seen it on the title of this video anyway. Information war or warfare. As you all know, with the technology being easily accessible to the public, there are vast amounts of files and data available in this world. Information are being created and uploaded every second from different parts of the world. Some of those information are published by an individual, a private organization, or organization like government department or even non-governmental organization. Some of those information are meant for good and some of them are meant for bad. For sure, it is difficult enough to classify which one is good and which one is for bad because of the complexity of those information. We will discuss more in this video, so stay tuned till the end. If you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe.
Battle of narratives, an information war.
Let's start by looking at the definition of information war or information warfare. According to NATO, NATO, information war is conducted in order to gain an information advantage over an opponent. According to the book entitled Cornerstones, information warfare is any action to deny, exploit, corrupt, or destroy the enemy's information and its functions, protecting ourselves against those actions, and exploiting our own military information functions. And lastly, let's have a look at the last one in its vast concept. Information warfare is the application of destructive force on a large scale against the computers and the network that support the four critical infrastructure: the power grid, communications, financial, and transportation. Let's continue this video by looking at the types of information warfare. There are mainly 6 types or components of information warfare. These are electronic warfare, operation security, deception, physical attack, information attack, and psychological warfare. Most of these are mainly used by the army or military agency, and they are quite complex to understand. But today, we'll be discussing briefly about the most common type of information warfare, which is called the psychological warfare. So far, I believe you've got an understanding what is information warfare. We'll continue to have a look at information warfare in relation to Ukraine versus Russia. When it comes to information and news that you have heard about Russia and Ukraine, believe me, all of them or most of them are not true. You may tend to agree or believe them based on which country you want to support, which is absolutely fine. But it's important to know that besides the shelling and the bombing, besides the helicopter, the missiles and the tanks, there's what we call as an information warfare. Each side, whether it's Ukraine or Russia, they are trying their best to gain attention and make people believe their information and their perspective. Each of them are trying to make sure their own citizens or even the whole believe that their information and what they are doing is the right thing. This is what we call the information war. With the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, there has been a lot of discussion about information warfare. Whether you believe it or not, for months before the actual physical war itself, there has been an information warfare between Ukraine and Russia. Let's have a look at the simplest example. Before Russia launched its attack on Ukraine on the 24th of February this year, US had already mentioned that Russia had already planned to attack Ukraine, but Russia kept denying it with some other information to make its people believe that Russia will never attack Ukraine until it actually happened. Also, if you remember on different social media platforms, if you have checked and read the news, you would have seen a lot of information about Russia, in which US mentioned Russia is planning to attack Ukraine. All of this is a part of information warfare. I believe, you've got some more and more idea about information warfare. We will continue to have a look at the purpose of information warfare, and we'll have a look at quick examples as well. The chief objective of information warfare is to achieve information superiority over an adversary. It might mean more information. It definitely does mean better information. Information warfare means making sure our information is reliable and accurate. At the same time, information warfare means denying information superiority to an adversary. Let's have a quick look at examples of information warfare over the internet. Troll factories. This is an act of employing people who post comments on the internet in line with the goal of the party that ordered them using fake social media profiles. I think this sounds very familiar to everyone who uses social media sites. The next one is fake news. These are messages that intended to mislead the users. Yeah, finally we will have a look at the last point of this video. This is a question. Did Russia win the information war? According to me, I think Ukraine won the information war. I'll tell you why. The Western countries and so its tech giants is mainly on the Ukraine side. For that reason, most of the posts and information and the news or comments that you'll see are the ones that show Ukraine as the victims and Russia as the villain. We don't know how much all of this information is true, but that's what it is. That is called information war. Example, Facebook, according to this policy, is trying its best to block content relating to hate speech. But recently, Facebook announced that it gives special permission to Facebook community to post the content that promote hate for Russia, hate for Putin and his government. Apart from that, Facebook has removed the monetization for all the Russia's news content. With regards to this, even Putin was trying his best somehow to be able to win in Russia and to convince the Russian people with a trick of information warfare. Putin recently signed a new law called Fake News Law. This law states that if anyone is trying to spread fake news about Russian government or its army about the invasion of Ukraine or how Russia uses its armed forces, which discrediting the armed forces or the government for the benefit and protection of its people, will be considered illegal and against the law. This comes with 15 years in jail for any of the offenders. In this way, no one will dare to say anything about Russian government, which means all the news will be the only one coming from the government-sponsored media. To end this video, I can say each one of us can be a victim of information warfare, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not. So it is very important to really look at the content of the information and not simply believe whatever it says. That's all for today. Thank you so much for your time. You have a good day.